Y'all ever taken a fruit roll up and put it around a and then give it a Because I did that last week and it was the most fun I've ever given. And then tell me why this just showed up on my doorstep from the guy that I gave the to. What did he do for roll-ups?
Modern women are telling on themselves as usual, letting the entire world know that she belongs to the streets. Now any guy who wants to get busy with her just needs to buy her some fruit roll-ups and she will be ready.
A, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
I'm looking for a man in finance, specifically this one right here. His name is Brendan. He's in his late 20s. He's roughly 6'2". He lives in Manhattan, New York, but he does something in finance, and I know that one of you on this app knows who he is. So do me a favor, do the Lord's work. Unite a husband and wife. And Brendan, if you're watching this, hi.
This is the caliber of men that modern women thirst over and the type of man they think they deserve. The top tier man who digs them out and ignores them the next morning. Modern women throw themselves at Brad, Chad, Tyrone, Enrique, Miguel, Giovanni and Kenji just to get treated like garbage. Then they turn around and blame all men.
They brought their fates upon themselves.
I refer to pretty much everyone I've ever dated as my ex, which really seems to anger a lot of people. So here's my official scale for whether or not you get called an ex. Now, if we only went on one date, I will not call you my ex. I'm generous like that. I'll refer to you as the guy I went out with or a guy I went out with once if we just went on one date. Here's where it gets dicey. If we went on 2 to 4 dates, I'm referring to you as a guy I dated. Because 2 dates, you're dating. You're going on dates. 4 dates, you're dating. You're going on dates. So if we went on 4 dates and then never saw each other again, and then I see you in public, I'm gonna say to my friend, that's a guy I dated. People hate this, but that's what I'm gonna say. If we went on over 5 dates, congrats, you're my ex. You're my ex. You might not want to be my ex, but I'm gonna call you my ex because it's way faster than saying a man that I saw for likely over a month, assuming you're going on 1 date a week. And it wasn't serious, but it could have been headed in that direction. Maybe it was serious. Faster to call you my ex, so I'm gonna call you my ex. And here's the one that everyone hates. If we were exclusive, even if you weren't my boyfriend, I'm gonna refer to you as my ex-boyfriend. And sometimes I'll call a guy I went on 1 date with my ex-boyfriend, just to keep it interesting.
She tries to say if she meets a guy more than 5 times, it's an ex. She does this to give herself the feeling that she's had some relationships. The truth is, regardless if they pumped and dumped after the first date or after the 5th date, she still did not mean anything to those guys. If she alters the meaning of what a relationship means, imagine how she alters the meaning of what her body count means. What would her real body count be?
It's over 9,000!
As a late 20s, going into my 30s, single girly, I'm fucking struggling. I am battling between, yes, girl, you're so super independent. Like, go off. Yeah, have your high standards. And then I'm struggling between, like, I need a man. I need a man. Not just any man. A good man. How are you gonna go do that? Go put yourself out there. But how does one do that? Because dating apps ain't it. They ain't it. And whenever a man flirts with me, I pull this. They say they flirt, and I'm like, Anyway, yeah, so I don't know, but it's getting really hot out here in Arizona, and people are by the pool, couples are by the pool, and they're like flirting and hanging all over each other, and it's kind of hot. And I just think back to that feeling, and that feeling is kind of unmatched. I'm not gonna lie. When you have a good connection and you're like, oh yeah, water, pool, hots, sun, tan, abs. Like, what the fuck? One night stand is out of the question. I know that, like, that's not how we're supposed to function as a society, but, like, that was so 27 of me. What is the answer here? Does your girl get lower standards? Does she keep them high forever and then just use what's in her nightstand? Or does someone eventually just pop up? You know, like, I'm struggling. This is for all of the single ladies that are struggling between staying strong, being independent, and then also just wanting it. If you're If you're like me, I feel you.
It just goes to show how conflicted modern women really are. They want a man, but want to be strong and independent. They want to have high standards, but they know they have to lower their standards to a reasonable level to find a man. Modern women can tell themselves that they don't need men as much as they want. But this example tells us they deny themselves of men to the point of desperation.
She belongs to the streets.